What's up, everybody? Welcome to Thriving Thursdays. Today, we're going to be talking about leveraging your service. Now, keep in mind, just because you weren't in the military possibly on this coaching call, it doesn't mean this doesn't apply to you. When we talk about leveraging your service, we're talking about the positive things that the military taught us veterans that we can use now here in the civilian world. When you think about that, as a civilian who maybe didn't have time in the military, you still have a lot of skills that you've learned in the past that you can leverage towards the future, whether that was in college, whether that was growing up, whether that was at your last job, whether that was in a past relationship. It's about leveraging anything that's happened in your past that is an experience you've had and letting go of the negative stuff that brings some of that into your life now. So let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb because it keeps vibrating on me here. All right, and let's kick it off. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to try this new thing that I was trying with Sam earlier. Let's see if it works. Sam, you're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Sure.
Looks like I gotta find Canva. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, share screen. Where's Canva? Here we go. Here's Canva. Share. Present. Not working. It's not working. If I do it this way. Can you read it from there, Sam, or no?
Some of it gets blocked
No.
by your head, so no.
All right, let's.
There you go.
Yeah, if you scoot a little more to your
To your
left,
right.
it should be.
Or, no. Sorry.
We're gonna just do it this way. It's all right. All right,
Okay.
cool. Anyway, I really want to do it though. Bear with me, please. If it takes me more than 30 seconds, we'll stop. So obviously it's not the presenter view that works here. So not presenter view. Stop. Out of this. No, it's not going to work. Share. Present. All right. Let's just go into it. Present. Right,
So if you're on your phone, you can pinch to view too.
That's all right. All right, can you guys see it right now? All right, cool. So we're going to dive into it. So leveraging your service. What does that mean? Whether you did 5 years, 10 years, 5 months, and you got out under, unfortunate circumstances, there is something that you can take from the military, whether that was boot camp, your first leadership position, or your first time deployed, right? We have to really think about what is it that we took from the military. And there's many more skills besides the ones I'm going to talk about today. But the ones I'm going to talk about today are very specific and very actionable. I want to give you guys actionable strategies that you can actually implement and use, not just broad picture stuff, but very specific ninja trick stuff that you can actually apply in your day-to-day. Because I can tell you, be a better person, right? But like we've talked about this in general, that's not a goal. Because what does that look like? That's not specific. I can tell you, say hi to 5 people every day. That is a goal. You are actually doing something about it, and you can measure whether you succeed or not. So we want to work in measurable, attainable goals, right? So let's go ahead and dive into this. Introduction. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive. That's my typo, my bad, into how discipline, work ethic, and skills learned in the military can actually become your most valuable assets out here in the civilian world. We're not just discussing concepts, we're outlining actions and strategies that will transform your approach, help you elevate your career, possibly help you skyrocket your business, and also help you change your personal perspective. How do you look at not just the world, but how do you look at your life and your family and the way that you treat yourself, right? This is one of the first ones. So the power of punctuality. In the military, timing can mean the difference between success and failure. In the civilian world, it's no different. Punctuality isn't just about being on time. It's about respecting the value of your own and others' times. It shows that you're reliable. And remember, people remember. Start every meeting, every project ahead of schedule. Let reliability be your hallmark, distinguishing you in any professional setting. The same way Gunny knew who his best NCO was, the new boss will know as well. A lot of us are very tired of being on time or early for everything because we were forced to do that in the military. So now we're on civilian time, which means we're on time or we're late because that's just the way it is out here. We're not here to be like everybody else. We're here to stand up for the right reasons. So in the military, you were on time and then you were early and then you were earlier. And then before you know it, you were 2 hours early to formation just because Gunny wanted everybody there early. Because of that, like I mentioned, now we have this hate for being on time, but the same way that you want to respect, the same way you want people to respect your time, treat people the same way, because that is a skill that will surprise people. It'll astound people. Leveraging your skills isn't about just doing the things that you learn in the military. It's about the fact that doing these things that you learn in the military are going to make you stand out for the right reasons much more than you would realize, because other people don't do these things. The norm out here is just to be on time or late, to be honest. So being on time, being early, and being that who you are, making that who you are, is very powerful. The art of over delivering. Going above and beyond isn't just a nice to have, it's a must have. It's what separates exceptional from average. Don't just worry about meeting expectations. You should completely shatter them. Offer solutions before problems even arise. Add value where none is expected. Remember, when most do the bare minimum, excellence is your currency. People do expect veterans to be better than most. Prove them right and show up as your best self every time. People don't just look at veterans and think PTSD and this and that and that and that. That's just the narrative that has been fed out here because we get angry sometimes as veterans and we feel like this is the way we're treated. So therefore, we kind of get ahead of it and we feel like people see us this way. So we can reason it with ourselves that if this is what people expect of us, then this is what we're going to give them. But it's not true. The same way that when 9/11 happened, the country came together. The same way that for years, when you were younger, maybe even before you joined the military, you saw veterans and you saw this image of an individual that had their life together. Like, people still see us that way. It might be hard to accept sometimes because we know the reality that's behind it and we know the issues that we have as veterans. But you have to understand, like, people do respect what you've done for this country. You raised your right hand and they didn't. They didn't have to. You raised your right hand, you went off to do what you needed to do, and their son didn't have to. And we have to truly like respect that, because when you feel like society doesn't love you or respect you, or they think this about you, unless they've specifically said it, it's not true. So don't typecast everyone in that shadow. Okay? Going back to over delivering, like over deliver. Be exceptional. Stand out. Okay? Don't try to fit in with everybody else, because if you just want to fit in with your new coworkers and you want to be buddy, you're going to be GP. You're going to be general population with every other Lance Corporal or E3 or E4 in the platoon, the same way it was back then. You're going to be just like everybody else at this new job that you're at. But if you stand out, before you know it, you will be up for promotion before everybody else, even if you've been there for less time, because guess what? You are over delivering. Always find solutions, be creative. People do expect veterans to be better. We can deliver in ways that most people can't. And again, to translate this to civilians, even if you're not a veteran, you can still stand out for the right reasons. You can still over deliver. You can still realize that being part of general population isn't who you want to be. And you can work on becoming better and better at the things that you're doing. Over deliver always. And over delivering doesn't mean staying late every night. It means working optimally to provide the best value that you can, especially where none is expected. Steering clear of negative coping mechanisms. We all face stress and pressure, but how we handle it sets us apart from everyone else. You should always avoid temporary escapes, laziness, alcohol, complacency. These are not solutions. They actually slow you down, quite literally. You should embrace strategies that actually build up your resilience and your strength. PT, working out, mental health practices, constructive hobbies. These are your tools for long-term success. Being part of this group, doing the program, like making sure that you're following it as closely as you can, because I promise you, the closer you follow the map and the strategy, the closer you will get to where you actually want to go in life, right? Choose growth over comfort every single time. Don't feel like you need to go to the alcohol. Don't feel like you need to go and sleep in or do the things that you used to do, because that's not who you are anymore. So if you are on this journey right now, if you finally joined the gym membership, you know who I'm talking to, Victoria, and you actually go to the gym and you're stepping out of your comfort zone, keep doing that. Those are healthy coping mechanisms because you are actually developing who you are. And eventually you'll realize that those negative coping mechanisms, they were literally slowing you down and holding you back. All right. Embracing challenges and opportunities. Have a challenger's mindset. Have that challenger mindset of you take on challenges. The challenger mindset isn't just confined to starting a business. It's a mindset of innovation, of seeing opportunities where others see overwhelm. Everything is an opportunity. Every single thing, even when something bad happens, if you see it as opportunity for growth, for learning, for education, it no longer is something that's going to hurt you or hold you back in life. Utilize every resource at your disposal. Be freaking creative. The internet is right at your fingertips. Learn, adapt, implement. YouTube, it is your best friend. Now, whether you're advancing your career or building your own business, think like an entrepreneur. Think like someone that has a mission ahead of them, and they have all the pieces of the puzzle. They just have to put it together. See challenges as stepping stones, not stop signs. I got news for you guys. About a year and a half ago, I had no social media following. I didn't know how to edit videos. I didn't know how to record videos. I didn't know anything about anything. I picked up a phone. I started recording. I started editing on my phone up until 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, learning how to edit. Most of you probably saw one of my older videos before I hired Sam, who's here. He's right below me on my screen, to do my video editing. So Sam is part of the program, but Sam has also been doing the video editing. He's our operations manager. And now I work directly with him, sending him videos to edit. But before that, YouTube was my best friend. It's how I started most of my businesses. I had a stippling business before where I was stippling firearms. I learned it on YouTube. Everything can be started on YouTube. You might need certifications for this and that, but like getting the idea of where to go and where to start focusing your attention, YouTube is your best friend, right? And information without implementation is just noise. Do not get stuck in this mental masturbation where all you do is watch videos and watch videos and watch videos. Watch, apply. Watch, apply. Watch, apply. It has to be in that way, or else you're just doing this mental masturbation of just taking in all this information without actually doing anything with it. And that helps no one, okay? Cultivating positive habits. Success is not a one-time thing. It's not linear. It's a daily habit. Early mornings, disciplined work schedules, continuous learning. Let these habits be the foundation of your actual permanent growth. Remember, the way you treat yourself and the way that you talk to yourself will translate into how each one of your days turns out. You actually are in control. So the way that you wake up in the morning and what you tell yourself and the way that you look in the mirror and how you look at yourself and what you feel about yourself, that is how your day will turn out. Because positive affirmations do start with changing the way that you feel. But confidence isn't built by just yelling affirmations in the mirror. It's about stacking undeniable evidence of you doing what you say you are going to do and showing up for yourself consistently. So do that by showing up for yourself consistently and by making sure that your daily habits align with where you want to be in life. Check your ego at the door. This is a big one. This is one of those that people have a lot of issues with because they don't like to talk about it. Myself included, when I was, 4 or 5 years ago, I had a huge ego and I didn't even realize it. The military teaches us leadership and teamwork, but the civilian world often requires a different approach. They have been here longer than us. That's just a fact. They know better. They can help you learn how to do things that, unfortunately, we were never taught how to do. I didn't know anything about balancing the budget when I was in the military. Maybe you guys were taught, great. Maybe if you learned it in college while you were in college, then great. But for me, I didn't know any of that stuff. So coming out into this new world, I have to let go of that ego. I have to honestly kill it. And I have to learn from all of the people out here because they've been here longer. Keep this in mind. I can leverage my skills to bypass them and do better than them because they have that limited mindset, but they still have been here longer. Now, it doesn't mean that I feel like I'm better than them or that they're better than me. It's about action. It's about individual action, right? So leverage your skills to bypass all of them without the ego. Success here is a journey. It's not about rank. Everyone is on their own individual journey. Stay humble through the process. Listen more than you speak. Learn from everyone around you. Your rank doesn't define you. Your actions do. Veterans are stereotypically, that's a typo, arrogant. Let's change that. We like to call it confidence, but let's be honest. Sometimes we can be a lot. There's a difference between confidence and being too much and coming off as arrogance, because how people perceive you, how people see you is how they will treat you. So if someone has an opportunity and they know that you're a veteran and they possibly want to present you with this opportunity, or they want to talk to you about your service, and you come off as arrogant, even though you feel like you're just being confident, that's how they will see you. So we do have to check our ego. We have to understand that the way that we perceive other people, the way that we feel other people treat us, it's very much based on how we treat other people and how people see us treat other people. In conclusion, in leveraging your military service, remember, you're not just transitioning, you are transforming. This is a transformation. It is a process. It can take 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Hopefully it takes you 5 months. But at the end of the day, even if you've been out for much longer, that doesn't mean that you have to stop learning these skills. The discipline, work ethic, and skills you've learned while you were in are your greatest assets. And I don't care if you've been out for 10 years, you still have those assets inside of you. You can still bust them out. You can still apply them. Apply these principles and watch as doors open, opportunities arise, and success becomes not just a possibility, but a certainty in your life. Q&A, go ahead, unmute yourselves, drop a question. I want participation today. I want you guys to just ask whatever's coming up for you. Anything that I said, just ask away. Savannah, you're already off mute. Go ahead.
When you're having a conversation and you have ADHD and that question just pops in your head and you feel like you need to ask it like now, how do you prepare yourself to hold that question until that person is done talking?
So that's a great question. And I actually deal with this personally a lot. And I have ADHD. And what I do is I try and stay present in the moment, because if I do stay present in the moment and I'm listening to what they're saying, I find myself much less likely for a random thing to pop up. However, if it does pop up, what I typically try and do is I will find a way to involve in the conversation without interrupting. And a way that you can do that is by simply showing that you had a thought, and typically they will take that as a physical cue to allow you space into the conversation. But keep in mind, engaging in the conversation, facing the person, talking to them, and we did a class on this called communication skills. It's posted if you want to watch it. But if you watch that one, you'll see that facing that person, talking to them, kind of repeating back, not verbatim, what they're saying to you is going to help you process the information, take it in, and kind of keep your mind from wandering somewhere else. Because everybody has something to learn. Always come into every conversation as eager as a beaver, ready to learn, ready to take new information in. If you do that, and they, for some reason, don't know who you are, guess what? They came out luckier now because they got to know you and they got to learn more about you. But you should always try and learn as much as you can about the other person. So I kind of went off topic here, but basically one of the things I do is if something comes to my mind and they're in the middle of a sentence, I will make like a physical, oh, you know what? Yeah. And then I try and see if they have the opening in there. If not, guess what? It's a fleeting thought. If it disappears, it disappears. Don't get stuck on it. Not everything needs to be said, and not everything needs to be necessarily like interrupted about, okay? I love your question, by the way. Thank you for asking. Quentin, what's up, man? Quentin's here.
What's going on, sir?
So Quentin just rejoined the program. He renewed for an entire year along with Savannah and Steven. You guys are going to start at the same time. Quentin was with us before. He just got married in October 8th, right?
7th.
7th. And he I'll let you share the news of what's next for you, what's coming up for you.
So my wife and I, we actually just found out a week ago. We're gonna be parents. We actually just found out the gender today.
Everybody take
Oh.
yourselves off mute. Take yourselves off mute. I want to hear some celebrations.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Thank you. So it's
Wait,
definitely
you just found out the gender. What is it?
You're right.
gonna be
What
a
is
boy.
it? You gotta
If-
share.
It's a boy?
it's a boy.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
And you're naming him Juan?
So I mean, we'll talk about the name later, but
I named my son
we're-
Oliver. Sorry, go ahead, Quentin.
I'm sure he's gonna be a little spitfire just like his mother. So
A little
it's all
dinosaur.
good. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. Sorry, I'm actually at work right now trying to join in, but
Thank you for joining us.
it's good to be back. I missed it. What was it? 3 or 4 months that I had been kind of away, took a little hiatus. Had to get some financial things in a row, stuff like that, being married and everything, just kind of getting used to the new lifestyle. And my wife had talked to me a couple weeks ago. She's like, there's something missing. I just can't put my finger on it. And then coach had texted me and I told her, I said, hey, coach reached out. She goes, maybe you need to get back into it. She goes, you haven't been to the gym as much lately. Maybe it's good for you. So I took the opportunity and I'm back, and I'm sure my wife is happy too that I have something better to do instead of aggravating her. Good to keep both of us in check, and especially with her being pregnant now, I've told her like, hey, listen, we need to be in the gym a little bit more. We need to start doing healthy things so that way we're around to see our grandkids, great grandkids, everything like that. So it's good to be back.
You nailed it. I'm happy to hear that. So obviously you left and you missed it enough to come back, and we just posted your transformation video the other day when we did your bulk. So Quentin, I think you're gonna be good friends with Gary and Steven. They're both really fresh to the journey.
Okay.
And I know that they would love your motivation. I think you guys will motivate each other. Quentin, Steven actually I'm pointing this way because this is where he's at on my camera. I don't know where he is for you.
Yeah.
But he just started doing cold barrel plunges. So I know you were thinking about doing it. So I think that you should definitely think about doing it. And Gary, I bet you would enjoy it too. Everybody here would enjoy it, by the way, not just the men. I
So
think
here's
Lisa
how
would kill it.
ours.
There it is.
Yeah. It was $80 off Amazon.
Yeah, a lot cheaper than mine. Don't buy what I have.
See,
I told him
I
he wasn't
shower-
buying that.
No,
I
don't buy
even
what I have.
shower normally in a cold shower. So like I don't know. My wife says I'm weird. Every shower I take is cold.
You
I like
you should
swimming
try.
during the fall.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, if you have the link to that one, if you could post it in the group, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I could actually just share with because I don't have Amazon. I could just share it
Yeah, that's perfect to share
in the
that.
group.
And it comes
Awesome.
with a little mat, a little floor mat, so you don't get
I mean,
like
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Who else has any questions they want to ask about today's
Okay.
training or anything like that?
be a fucking beast.
no, you're not on mute, honey.
Well, I hate to cut y'all off real quick, but I gotta go to work. I got something I gotta handle real quick. So I will see
Go
y'all
ahead.
later.
Be safe, okay?
We'll do.
Who else has anything they want to talk about regarding leveraging your service? And again, that could be leveraging your experience. It doesn't necessarily have to mean just your service, right? So maybe at the last company you had, the last job you had, something that they did, something you learned there is something you can still apply to where you're at now. But it also means letting go of the negative stuff, right? And today it was just a small kind of reminder of doing that. There's a lot of other stuff that we can leverage from our past, as well as we have to work on letting go from our past, right? And I think the real breakthrough moment that I was hoping to get you guys to look at today is that we can identify which is which. We can bring positive things from our past relationship, experience, service, employment, you name it, that not all of it is bad. Just because you had a bad experience somewhere, it doesn't mean that you didn't take something away from it positive, right? So Like even my first marriage, like I went through a divorce and I'm going through it again. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to take something positive from this and leverage it towards my future. Everything in life can provide you something, right? So I think Victoria, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just like so about the every experience brings something positive. Like it's hard right now, and part of why I'm like so burned out at work is because so I do mental health at a prison. It's a female facility. So like they're in really bad conditions. They live in like squalor. It's awful. But like they even like they find like positive things to like be happy about, like little things. And I'm just like, they come in such like decent moods. And I'm like, I would be not well right now, unwell, if I was sitting in your position. Like, I don't know how you're doing it. So like, I just think that goes to show like when you can find the positivities, like you're also building the resiliency, but like that's also where the negativity comes in, is like we're all burnt out and like overworked at my job because half the people that are qualified to do our job aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So like it's on the rest of us to pick up. And I think that's like really what got me the most today and like why I needed to leave.
Mhm.
And my like thing was like, okay, if I'm not going to get, if I'm, well, I say I'm not going to get paid, but I have PTO. So like, if I'm not going to be here for the last hour and a half of work, like I'm going to do something positive and go to the gym instead of going and sitting at home and scrolling TikTok. So like
Amazing.
that resonated and like really hit, is like to
That's
make use of my time better.
yeah. So you leveraged. Put it to you this way. Number one, like I'm super proud of you because I know that the first week when you joined, like you got sick right away. A lot of people in the past have used that as a reason to be like, well, you know what? I need to wait a little bit. I'm sick. Like, obviously, this was, like they could come up with all these reasons. But I think, Victoria, you have taken this and found every reason to succeed, right? So, like, you left work and you could have just gone home, or you could have gone to a drive through and got a smoothie to make you momentarily, no, don't feel better
Yes.
momentarily. Right here, I can send you the recipe to this.
That's a negative. I will eat a yogurt.
It's really good. But you made the right decision, and I'm very, very proud of you. So you leveraged your past to make the right decision today, and you left that negative mentality of what you normally would have done before in the past. And this right here is monumental. The reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I want you to stop, Victoria, and truly like find a way to memorialize this is because when you have experiences like this, you have to find a way to memorialize it, to take it as a win. Because the same way that I was talking about stacking wins to create confidence, this is one of those wins, and you have to find a way to memorialize it so you remember the next time this happens, like you have the evidence, the proof that you make the right decision, that you don't just do the things that you may momentarily make you feel better for the moment. Made sense?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Any questions? Q&A period. Gary, how you doing? You good? How's your daughter?
She's doing really good. Back to being her mean little self, beating everybody up.
I'm happy she's doing better.
She was more worried about me than I think anything, because she thought my scratches were really bad boo-boos.
Yeah, we'll talk about that further, but
So,
I'm glad she's doing better.
but yeah, she's back to being her rotten little self.
I'm happy she's doing better. Lisa, how are you doing over there? How's the home workouts going? Did you set up your home workout area yet?
No, I have not, but I'm working on it. I have a room that's available and I'm in the process of cleaning that out. So that's what I was doing today.
Beautiful. So tomorrow night you'll be posting a picture of your brand new workout room?
Maybe not. It's not that simple.
Okay. How many days?
Maybe a week, because I go back to work soon. So
Okay.
I'm near contract actually.
So what I'm going to tell you to do is between now and 1 week from now, put it on your calendar, block periods, clean out room for an hour or two. Or, if you want to do it for 30 minutes here and there, put it on your calendar. Because if it's 1 week from now and you don't actually put it on your calendar, before you know it, it's going to be 1 week from now and it's not going to get done. So whenever you have things that you want to accomplish, like look at your calendar and think of it as a map, right? So if you got to get from point A to point B, you're going to have pit stops along the way. You're going to stop for the bathroom. You're going to make sure you get gas, right? So putting stuff on your calendar that you know you need to do 1 week from now, break it down. If you think it'll take you 3 or 4 hours total, give yourself a 3 to 4 hour block every, maybe 1 hour every day. And it doesn't have to take you necessarily 4 hours, but that way, no matter what, 1 week from now, you will accomplish what you wanted to get done, right? 1 week from now. I'm excited. I want to see it. Okay. How are you doing besides that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm still working late, but you know, my work schedule makes it kind of hard because I have to be there earlier than most shifts. And you know, there's not really any way to tell, you know, if you're going to be out on time, but so far I'm doing good. Making it a point to get out on time. I don't stay late anymore. I don't offer my time anymore.
Good. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's a huge win. I'm very proud of you. Good.
Thank you.
Jenny, Melinda, you guys doing all right? I know you guys are your cameras are off, so maybe you guys are in the bathroom. I don't know.
I am just painting.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. How are the workouts
I'm
going
just
for you?
eating.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, listen, I do have homework for you guys, and Sam was right. I should have put it in the slides before, because then I did the Q&A and then I did the, slides, but let's go back over here. And I'm also going to post this homework in the Facebook group because I want you guys to have a chance to actually see it. So, and actually, like I'm going to post it separately. Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So your homework, bust out that journal, and I want you to identify an area to improve punctuality. Like, I really want you to think about where in my life can I start showing up a little bit more or a little bit more on time, and I've given up a little bit some of that effort. Maybe it is work. Maybe it's, making more of an effort to spend time with your kids and being home on time or making it to the gym on time. Like, where can you improve punctuality? Find that area and then add travel time to your calendar for it. So like if you are typically late and you don't make it to the gym on time, you better add another 15 minutes to that calendar schedule. Again, everything goes on the calendar. I want you to reflect on a missed opportunity to over deliver and plan to exceed expectations next time. Think about somewhere in your life where you're not over delivering, and then imagine what it would look like if you actually did over deliver. And think of a plan of how you can possibly try and effectively execute that for the next week. Always try and give everything at least a week, because doing it 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times, it might not work out the way you think it will. But if you give it a real a real fair shake, I combined 2 words in one, a real fair shake, I think you'll be surprised. I want you to replace a negative coping mechanism with a positive habit. For example, for me, a negative coping mechanism I used to have is late at night, I would always want to snack on something whenever I would go to the kitchen to make my my daughter a bottle in the middle of the night, and I'd find myself grabbing an Oreo. Well, what I've been doing is I actually have been grabbing an apple, and I will take a bite of the apple, and then typically that will satisfy me enough to not grab anything else. So a negative coping mechanism for you, it might be something like that, or it might be binge watching an entire TV show. Like, you don't have to do that. That is a negative coping mechanism. What you can do is maybe something I do, and typically I share these things because if it works for me, maybe it'll work for you. But what I do is I only allow myself to watch Hulu or Netflix or whatever I want to watch during my meal periods. That way I don't skip my meals, because I look forward to watching Scrubs or Modern Family or whatever is on that I'm watching, right? And that way I actually will log my food, because I'm not like on my phone necessarily doing, TikTok or whatever. And I log my food, I eat my meal, and I get to watch my little TV show. And I don't binge watch it. That's when I watch it, and that's it. I also want you to evaluate daily habits and adjust routines for growth. So think about where you can start making some actual changes in your routine, your day-to-day, and write it out. And I will always, always, always encourage you guys and challenge you guys, post these in the group. Like, be vulnerable. Don't worry about whether people comment or if they like it or whatever. It's not about that. It's about you holding yourself accountable and you inspiring people. You guys might not know this, but 20 to 30 people, well, typically it's about 21 to 25 people do see what you post. Now, that doesn't mean they're all going to comment. Not everybody, wants to comment or has the time, how do I close this? Or takes the effort, and that's okay. Like, I want you guys all to comment and take the effort to actually go into the group and share stuff, comment stuff. But if you don't, again, it's not required, but it will make you better, I promise you. And remember, like, at the end of the day, this is for you. This is your journey, and you are becoming better for it. So don't bring those negative things that you have in your life into the group. Instead, work on becoming the best version of yourself and help other people become better as well by being inspirational, by doing the things you say you do. Post that gym selfie, post that meal prep, post that picture at 4:30 in the morning, post your workout watch that says you got 13,000 steps. I want to see that. And I want to see you guys talking about how great today's coaching call was in the Savage chat, because too many people are missing these coaching calls and then they watch on the replay, but I think you get more value when you're here. So that will round off today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor, go into the Savage chat and just talk about how great today's coaching call was and how energizing it was. Please. And that's it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Take yourselves off mute if you can, and let's give
Aw.
a big old goodbye here. Because thank you guys. I appreciate you. You guys have a great rest of your night. Check-ins
You as
are
well.
on Saturday. Put it on your calendar. Get them done ASAP. Wake up.
I'm excited for this one.
Dude, me too. I know it's gonna be great. Even if you just started, Melinda, you have your first check-in. Savannah, you have your first check-in. Victoria, you have your first check-in. And Lisa, you'll have your second official check-in in the new program that you're part of now. And I know it's gonna be
Does
better.
Steven
Jenny,
have a check-in?
yeah, of course. Everybody has a check-in. I just don't see them on
Oh.
screen. So everybody has a check-in. So check-ins are always
You
every 2
don't get
weeks
to
for
skip.
everybody. So what I want you guys to do for check-ins, wake up, open up the app. You'll see the instructions. Go do your morning like poop. I want you to take a bowel movement in the morning, okay? And then come back.
Big old fatty.
Big old fatty. Come back.
You're taking that magnesium at night.
Exactly. Magnesium helps you that. Then do your measurements. Again, I need neck always in the same spot. So if you do it here, always do it here. If you always do it down here, always do it down here. Okay? Yes, Victoria. Wherever you do it, always do it in the same spot. I need neck.
Victoria, I'm not doing it either. Right
You're
here.
doing it. No, it's mandatory. Neck,
Oh, crap.
waist, and then hips. Anything extra is always welcomed, but those are the 3 that I need you to do. No matter where you do it, as long as you do it the same way every time, that's what matters. And then I want you to do the photos. With the photos, try and use minimal clothing and get the best lighting, because then we can actually see how the body transforms. Okay. Do not wear tight yoga pants that are going to make your belly squeeze out, or tight gym shorts that are going to make your belly squeeze out. We need the body to actually be what it is. Okay. Nice
The
lighting.
gym has great lighting.
Well, I don't know if you want to do pictures in the locker room.
Right.
Well, we've got private mirror areas in our
Really?
gym.
Oh, you have
Mhm.
I was
posing
gonna
rooms.
say they
Those are
don't
for
want
posing
to see
rooms.
me in my underwear in the gym.
Well, if Steven's ever posted his, he does his photos
Nice.
at the gym now.
Nice. And then also make sure you do your questionnaire. If you get it done by noon, I am making it a freaking commitment to you guys that I will have your feedback videos back to you by Sunday, by 4 p.m. at the latest. If you get them done by Saturday at noon. Okay. If you get them done Sunday, you're not going to get your feedback video back till Monday, to be honest with you. So go and post how much just value you got in today's coaching call in the chat. I want to see it in there. And then when this video gets posted, post your biggest takeaway, okay? I'm proud of you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. Melinda, what are you painting over there? I want to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
it
too.
looks like crap right now, but it's only mapped out.
Let's see.
Um,
I mean, that looks pretty
Oh.
cool to me.
Can you
That
come
doesn't
to
look
my
like
house?
crap.
That was
Right.
pretty
well,
cool.
I mean, this is mapped out in my kids' helps.
Very
this
You
cool.
can't even do stick
these are
figure.
these are lines that are getting touched up.
Oh, when the finished product is ready, we'd love to see it, okay?
We would.
How do I?
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, well,
you guys,
I mean, there's like 7 murals going on right now. I'm just
Awesome.
moving around people.
I didn't
Yeah.
need all that.
Oh, nice.
I got an installation going in.
nice.
We're trying to go in
Very cool.
with about 4-foot drill.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to be savage, be unrealistic, be a freaking fighter jet amongst a bunch of hot air balloons. Let them float around. Let them be aimless. You are intentional. You are making a difference in your life. You are deciding that you are in charge. And it really does work that way. Take care, guys. Bye.
And
Goodbye,
thanks,
Rex.
Samuel, for joining.
See you guys.
Yes.
I thought he was green screen the whole time and then he
Say
blinked.
bye.
All right.
Oh, she's so
Same.
little.
Then